just quickly promoted into the Dambe Warrior. Second place now from House Jamus. Very good with his feet, very direct warrior. As you can see him there.
Now we see him, Dogo, as the name says, he is tall and his hair is spicy.
His opponent, Dan Nigeria, is also from House Jamus. We see him now rushing onto the scene.
Well, Dan Nigeria is the first boxer to come out here wearing a cap headgear. He is relatively experienced.
Actually, currently 2 wins and 9 losses because he lost his last match. But he is a shorter of both fighters. He stands at 5'6" with a reach of 5'9", but very good with the grapples. Even though he's short, he's got a low center of gravity, so it's harder to put him on his back. But Dan Nigeria, very, very experienced.
Maybe he is looking for redemption here.
Yeah, he must be looking for redemption, Dan Nigeria, because he's been in the league since season 1. And he must be ready to go. And off we go, Bahagan Dogon Messi, I beg your pardon, up against Salagat Bahagan Dan Nigeria. Dan Nigeria with the early attack there in his traditional headgear. Dan Nigeria with a shorter reach, but starting this round a lot more aggressive than his opponent, getting a jab and a punch there to Dogon Messi. Dogon Messi must be weary of the experience of Dan Nigeria. Dogon Messi is very good with his hand and foot, but we can see early domination by Dan Nigeria, who grapples on his opponent as the referee comes to separate both of them. Dan Nigeria stands at 5'6". His opponent 6'1", but still getting the top of the head, almost like a knock to the head from Dan Nigeria, who's very, very seemingly concentrated right now. And another lunge by Dogon Messi, which doesn't connect, but sees Dan Nigeria retaliate with a counter attack. Both fists are locked, both fighters locked in as Dogon Messi tries to make something happen for himself in this first round. Dogon Messi won his last bout in Katsina, but his opponent here is one who's with a lot of experience. Dogon Messi's first fight in Dambe Warriors was a win against Zazu, but that is the end of round 1. Very interesting round 1, you would say. Even with the longer reach, Dogon Messi seemed to not be able to connect a lot with Dan Nigeria. In his traditional headgear, Dan Nigeria with a shorter reach but aggressive than his opponent, getting a jab and a punch there to Dogon Messi. Dogon Messi is very good with his hand and foot, but we can see early domination by another lunge by Dogon Messi, which doesn't connect, but sees Dan Nigeria retaliate. Now we're prepared for round 2 as we see both of the fighters step into the ring with some instruction from the referee. Dan Nigeria versus Dogon Messi. Dan Nigeria, you can see in the middle of your screen with the headgear. He always wears this headgear. Sometimes he gets knocked off his head, but we can see a lunge with the foot there by Dogon Messi, who's very good with his feet, by the way. That adds to his arsenal because a longer reach with the leg might just be what he needs right now. But Dan Nigeria still seems to be making all of the things happen for himself here as he pummels the back of the head. Dogon Messi has to bend to reach Dan Nigeria's face, but Dan Nigeria is all over him right now. Dan Nigeria, shorter of the both fighters, but making things happen for himself. Dogon Messi has to re-strategize, has to do something spectacular here if he's to come away with a win. Dogon Messi, you remember, defeated Salim, the Algerian fighter, in the promotional fight in Lagos, the Super Fight 2. But here we're seeing him up against a much more experienced fighter, a much more experienced opponent. As we see him again launch into an attack, but doesn't exactly connect. Dan Nigeria focused. As Mr. Ibn said, a lot of it has to do with him regaining power. His record is not good for him, but he's making it work. Dan Nigeria stepping back, allowing himself enough space to lunge and attack. As we see Dogon Messi hit a combination with a foot and an arm, but nothing exactly connecting. The fans are getting involved now as the bell comes to signal the end of round 2. What do you think about round 2, Mr. Ibn?
Definitely fiercer than the first round.
See a lunge with the foot there by Dogon Messi, who's very good with his feet, by the way, to his arsenal, because a longer reach with the leg might just be what he needs right now. But Dan Nigeria still seems bent to reach Dan Nigeria's face, but Dan Nigeria is all over him right now. Lunge and attack. As we see him with a foot and an arm, but not
maybe, just maybe, Dan Nigeria may be slightly ahead.
Just maybe Dan Nigeria, because we've seen him give a lot more connecting attacks. But Dogon Messi, as I stated earlier, very, very dangerous, very formidable, good with the hand and the feet, as we see the replay there. Both of them from the same house. Of course, there's still the brotherly love. But it is round 3 now. Dogon Messi up against Dan Nigeria. Dogon Messi has to be very wary of his opponent, Dan Nigeria, who seems to be making it all his business right about now. Dan Nigeria again grappling onto his opponents, despite being the shorter of both opponents, still making a big shout out to all of you watching on Facebook and on YouTube, and of course on AIT, our sister channel, broadcasting this live to 54 countries. We're coming to you live from Niger State, Mina, the power state. Dogon Messi now looking to retaliate, looking to bring something to the fore here. Wraith of Rider, I can see your comment. This is going the distance. Yes, it is. But we can see Dogon Messi now getting pummeled by Dan Nigeria. He escapes another attack. Dan Nigeria looking the more dangerous, the more formidable of both fighters here. Dogon Messi wobbling a little bit, but Dan Nigeria still standing his ground. And that is the end of round 3, as you see both opponents, both fighters, I beg your pardon, hugging each other, saluting the crowd. Dogon Messi and Dan Nigeria, we can see in the replay there, Dan Nigeria a lot more aggressive. We're waiting the judges to give us the scoreline here. And the official scoreline has just come in, looking to retaliate, looking to bring something to the fore here. Wraith of Rider, I can see your comment, this is going the distance. Yes, it is. But we can see Dogon Messi now getting pummeled by Dan Nigeria. Dan Nigeria. Sorry, that was a bit of technical difficulty. Dan Nigeria is officially the winner here in Mina.
And God will not stop anything. They come from the same